Tony from Local Buzz Marketing, and I wanted to do a video regarding our new training program that we're bringing out for businesses, any size businesses, small businesses, startups, or entrepreneurs, anybody really. And it's basically training interns that are working for no salary, but you have to give them some expenses, and they will work up to 160 hours per week doing online marketing for your business. And that sounds pretty cool, but you know, a lot of people might think, is that unethical or whatever? Well, I can tell you something, it gives you an unfair advantage over your competitors, that's for sure. Although it could be termed free labour, it isn't really, because we should really be covering their expenses, and we won't encourage employers not to do that. We won't be working with any employers not willing to do that. And you know, it's not a new thing. Fortune 500 companies like Google and Apple are doing it all the time. They've been doing this for years and years, and your competitors might be doing it too. It's legal, it's ethical, and you know, the common problems that we got these days is that the list of things to get done every day just seems to get bigger, and there just isn't enough time in the day to get things done. And I'm sure you then start your business to, you know, work 80-90 hours a week and just don't have time for yourself or your family or whatever. And you know that you need to generate more leads and sales and revenue online. So what is the solution? The solution is kind of hard to find, and when the economy is as slow as it is, it's hard to get money from bank loans and things like that. And if you employ somebody, then you're worried in case you don't generate enough revenue to be able to pay them. So this falls into a category that I think is opportunity for everybody really, and let me explain that in a little bit more detail. These interns are really highly motivated, and they're pre-screened by the time we put them forward to you to make a final decision. Most of them are qualified, not qualified, they have marketing degrees, or they are studying for a marketing degree, but they might not know so much about online marketing, and I will cover that why this will work for you in a minute. But they're highly motivated, and they just really need to get some work experience. Now how it works is this. They are stuck in a situation where they cannot get a job because they get no work experience, and at the same time nobody will give them any work experience, so they're kind of caught in a catch-22. So how do they get around that? The only way really they can do it is by working as interns, and they're quite happy to do that. Some are willing to work 10 hours a month, some 25 hours per month, some 40 hours per month. It would really depend on the needs of any particular employer, but there's a whole range of people out there, and it's very, very easy to do as well. You could even do this yourself, but you will see in a minute why you should really consider doing it through us, because we train the people, and that comes from doing consultations with your business, find out what the goals are going to be for the month. It could be things like social media management, it could be building websites, blogging, creating content. It could be creating videos. We would train them how to create high quality business videos, promotional videos, how to syndicate that and saturate the online market with your content. Could be email marketing, a whole range of stuff that we would be prepared and able to train them to do for you. And it gives you a massive opportunity to have a really unfair advantage over your competitors. Now, as these people really need to get some what we call real world experience so that they can find jobs, we need a commitment from any employers who are interested for a minimum of 3 months. It would be unfair on the interns to use them for a month and just drop them. They need to get some decent work experience, and it's going to really take about 3 months for us to give them a good overall understanding of online marketing to go with the degrees that they've already got from universities for marketing. So this would give them really extra special edge. It's a massive boost for them, could be a massive boost for you and for your business, and it's just a really good opportunity for everybody, and I think it's a brilliant idea and a good thing that we can do it. The other thing is that we can train them in our office, or they can be in your office and get trained. And if they are trained in our office, we do have to charge a little bit extra for that because we have to supply them with computers. But the advantage of them doing this in our office is they get access to all the professional SEO software that we've got. Okay, so I'll try and run through this just quite quickly. I've got a few slides open here, and I just want to go through them so that you get a better understanding how all of this will work. Now, first of all, you might not be doing a lot of online marketing. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold here, and you're probably wondering why online marketing, what is the benefits, and I'll just briefly explain to you that, you know, the traditional methods of marketing are now down by about 11% per year, and by traditional methods I mean like newspapers, magazines, publications, advertising in TV and radio and things like that. It's gone down by about 11% per year at the moment, and part of the reason for that is not just the economy, but it's the growth of online marketing, especially at a sort of geo-targeted level where it's local. It could be London, it could be Birmingham, it could be, you know, just specific to the UK, for example, where it's less competitive but easier to make an impact. And what we're trying to do with anything we're doing with online marketing is to create a sales funnel, and that sales funnel is going to be your mailing list. Apart from people just calling you, and apart from people you know, making inquiries about a specific product or service, you do want to get them into your mailing list because it gives you opportunities that you could joint venture perhaps with other businesses later and you know, monetize that list, or you could have other special offers, promotions and stuff like that later as well. A lot of people don't understand that online marketing gives you a massive opportunity, if you can build that mailing list, to have a lot of repeat customers, and there's a specific way that we need to do that, and we will cover that in the training that we give to the interns, and I can even cover that when we're doing some consultations for any businesses that are interested. Okay, now the things like smartphones, iPhones, laptops, they're all now connecting to Google Places whenever they do a Google search for a local business, a local product or service. And these figures are growing every single year. The amount of people that are doing research online about a business, about a product, they're looking for reviews and things before they make a purchasing decision. And Google Places is right at the heart of that. It's actually generating a lot more leads for many of my clients than being just number one for some major keywords on the organic search results. But the organic search results is now mixed with Google Places. And what we find is because the reviews are there, people are clicking for it, and if they have got good reviews, and if we've managed to do the reputation management correctly, another thing that we can train the interns to do is that it's driving a lot of traffic through to the websites. Now, some of you might not even have a website. Good news is an intern can build a website for you. We will train them to do that. We can. All of this stuff is really possible. It's just unbelievable. I love this idea. I think it's so good. So anyway, let's just move quickly through these slides, and I'll just cover some of the basics. I mean, the real problems that we got these days for businesses is that the economy is so slow. People can't afford just to employ new people, and even if you could afford to employ new people, they don't know that they're going to be able to help them to generate more leads and more revenue online. The good way from this is that the interns are not costing much money, just expenses, but you do have to pay us, okay? And it's probably going to be equivalent of what a minimum salary would be, because it's about £1,000 a month for us to train an intern, and plus you have to pay them maybe £200–250 a month for their expenses. Now, if that puts you off, fair enough, but for what you could get in 160 hours work per month is just incredible, and that includes websites, video marketing, social media, and a whole range of other stuff that, you know, we will cover as we go down these slides. But it's a massive opportunity, and it does help them out as well. Now, another problem that we got for businesses these days is that when you hire people, you don't know if they're going to be good or not good. Now, we've got a very strict recruitment policy, and my background is as a recruiter for many years, and combined with online marketing, I've got a nose for picking the right kind of people, and plus we test them as well, and it's a good way for an entry level employee. Later, you maybe after 3 months, you might think that they're so good that you just want to employ them, and that would be a great way to do it. Really would be a great way to do it. So the solution really is for all of those problems is to try this intern program. Give the people a chance. Give those young people a chance, at the same time get a whole load of work done for yourself. Now, how it works is that we would recruit the people, we would interview them, you would have a final say whether you were happy after you've spoken to them that this person would be working for you, and they can be working anything between 10 and 40 hours per week. Now it's better that they're working between 25 and 40 hours per week, because the amount of training we need to give them, we can't really cover in less than 25 hours per week. To be honest, if it's only going to be 10 hours per week, they'd be as well working in your office, and we just show them some basic stuff, maybe via video training for a lesser cost or something like that. But when they're in our office, they've got access to all our SEO softwares and stuff like that. And I've got some softwares that I paid thousands for, well in excess of $2,000-3,000 for, because I had some stuff created for them especially to match our strategies that we use on a daily basis. And we look for automation, and because we're looking for automation, it speeds up the process of the learning curve of the intern. If they can understand the process of what we're actually doing before we show them the automation, the tools, and let them use the tools, they will have a really good understanding of that, and when they're using the tools, they will understand what the tool is doing, how it should behave, and how to manipulate it in a way that it's going to bring in best results for your business. Okay. But first we would need to identify your needs, and to be able to do that I would have to sit down at least 2 times with you. So that's 2 free consultations with me, plus we train the interns, plus you get the intern for up to 40 hours per week. It's a really good deal. Okay, and when we've identified your needs, we will create a list, and we will really just get started. Now the list will cover whatever we think is needed and what we agree on from the consultations to meet the goals that you've got. Now if you've got realistic goals, this is going to work for you. If you've got unrealistic goals, you might be disappointed at the end, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't probably encourage too much for you to get too optimistic about things that might be time consuming and taking longer to achieve than you might expect. Somebody wants #1 in Google, sure, we can do that in a few days, but for what kind of keywords? Some keywords we can do that in a few days, some keywords we can even do in a few hours. We can get to the top 10 in Google. But if it's a very highly competitive keyword, it might take us a month, it might take us 2 months, it might take us 3 months. It depends on how much work we get done, how much automation we can introduce, and the commitment of the people who are working on that particular project. But that's one of the main things about the interns. They are highly motivated, they want to learn this stuff. We'll be staying on track where you'll be able to contact us at any point of the day. You can talk to your intern through Skype, through telephone, whatever, and we will sit down and we will create some measurable goals, so that you will have measurable results at the end, and that's really important. Now the cost, as I mentioned, for each intern it costs £1,000 per month, and that might seem a little bit high, but it's probably equivalent to a minimum wage in the UK. But what you're doing is you're not just taking somebody on a minimum wage, you're actually getting them for about £250 or £400, but it depends how much expenses you want to pay them. Some will even work for no expenses, but I wouldn't advise that, and I don't want to get into that side of things. But you're having someone trained for you. You might not already have that kind of knowledge, and you could get 40 hours per week of somebody just building good quality content and saturating your market with this quality content, and that helps you to dominate your market, especially locally. And it does work, and we've got proof. And if any of you are taking the 10 days to page 1 challenge, you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, and if you haven't taken the 10 days to page 1 challenge, get your intern and get them to do the 10 days to page 1 challenge for you, because it's a little bit time consuming to do that, but it does get results, as the testimonials do show. Okay, so that's it from me, Tony Hayes from Local Buzz Marketing in London. I think this is a great opportunity for businesses. It's a great opportunity for young people with marketing degrees who really need real life experience, and if it's something that you'd be interested in, give me a call. My telephone number is 07794 0987 62. Okay, just give me a call. The number will be in the description of the video, and have a chat with me. Thank you. Bye bye.